create a named query API from scratch step by step, and we are going to see the use case. For example, for this account record, there are under this field services, we can see there are few work orders records are there. So we are going to fetch those work order records and we'll expose them as a part of the named query API, and we'll be going to test that query using REST Explorer, right? So before get started, please do like, share, subscribe my YouTube channel, and please consider to take membership into my YouTube channel. That will motivate me to create more tutorials for you. So let me just talk about briefly. I have already few tutorials on named query API in my channel. You can just do check it out in my Agentforce playlist, or I'll be adding those tutorial links in this video description as well. In those tutorials, we have talked about how to how to add those named query API in the MCP servers. Then we have tested through it Claude, but today's demo is on like how to create the named query API from scratch, right? So from the quick find, we just need to enable few settings. So from the user interface, we can just simply need to check few settings are enabled or not. So we just need to check the enable Salesforce platform REST API named query API for agent action is enabled. Also we need to just enable this one, enable Salesforce platform REST API open specs generation beta. So named query API was first introduced as a beta version in winter 26, and it is available on the versions API versions of 65 and above. So let's create the named query API. So in the quick find, we can just simply search for named query API, and under integrations we can find. So we just need to create on clicking on this new named query API, we can just create a new query, and we can just provide the name as get work orders for an account, and we just need to provide API version is 65. So 64 is not supported, so we just need to provide 65 and above. And after providing the name, we can see that the API endpoint is automatically generated. So and we need to provide the description. So I'll just provide simple description: get work orders for a given account. For a given account. So now in here we just need to provide the SQL. For example, let me just provide the SQL select ID, or select ID, status, then subject, priority, from work order, where account dot name. We can just provide like this. We just need to provide it as a parameterized form, right? So we can just provide account name. So on clicking on validate, we could see that it got validated successfully, and we could see that this account name has been added as a parameter, right? So we can provide a description as account name, and how as simple as that. So we can just need to save the named query API, and in order to activate, so we can't activate from this interface. We can't activate this named query API from this interface. On clicking on this drop down, we could see there are edit options, delete options are there, but no activation options, right? So we need to activate this MCP, this named query API from API catalog. So in the quick find, we just need to search for API catalogs. So under this API integrations, API catalogs, we could find the API catalog, and in here so it is getting refreshed, taking some time. So we can see that our this get work orders for account name query is being shown, right? So on clicking on this, on clicking on view details, so we can just need to So in here, first of all, in here all the sources, we can find all the sources like Apex, REST, or enabled external services, Heroku, MuleSoft, Named Query API, Beta. All those sources will be available in here, right? So in here we just need to click on view details for the particular Named Query API that we just need to activate. And we can see that currently 0 operations are available. So sorry, 1 operations is being available since we have just created this Named Query API. So we just need to click on this activate actions, right? So on clicking on this activate actions, so we could see selected operations are activated as actions. You can update the selections after activating the API, right? So on clicking on this checkbox, we could see that this has been selected and current invocables action is not activated. But if I just click on this update button, we could see that it is now getting activated, activating actions. So all these selected actions will be activated and will be ready to be used as a agent action or as a tool in the MCP server, right? So let me just so we can see that Named Query API Beta, these two under this API catalog, we could see that these two services are being available, right? So now I'll just go to the Named Query API again, Named Query API again, and I could see that this is being shown as activated, right? So it is being shown as activated, these get orders. So we can just see, we can just view, we can't deactivate this from we can't deactivate from here as well. So we can see that API registration is activated, Named Query API homepage, we can just navigate. So to deactivate this one, we just need to go API catalog. So there are like few drawbacks for Named Query API as well. Like for external application, had to know the internal Salesforce object architecture. It also posed security and maintenance risk because changing a field name required updating the code of every third-party system consuming the data, right? So few drawbacks are also there, and 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 let's see means how we can just deactivate this one. So I'll just go to this resource. So I'll just go to the view details, and we could see that there are activated versions. It is showing as activated. So sorry, that was got activated, already activated. So okay, so deselecting the operations currently activated are actions. Remove the actions created for the API version. You can't deselect any actions that are in use, right? So if I just deselect and try to update, what happens? Let's see. And we could see that this got deactivated, right? So if I just go to this get uh, orders for an account Named Query API, we could see that that is being deactivated. So that is how we could see that we could just deactivate the Named Query API as well from the API catalog. So from the API catalog only we can just activate and or deactivate the named query API. So now we want to deactivate it again, right? So I'll just click on this activate actions, and I'll just click on this gate, and I'll just click on update. Now we could see that this API named query API is again activated and invocable action is one. So let me just go to the named query API again, and let me just copy the API endpoint. Then we are going to test that out, right? So I'll just go to this named query API, not this one, this one, the second one. So I'll just copy the API endpoint. Now I'll just I'll just go to this from the Salesforce Inspector Reloaded extension we can use, and we just need to click on this REST Explorer, and I just paste the API endpoint in here. So in the account name, we just need to provide the account name. For example, let me just copy the Omega INC and let me just click on send, and we could see that like total sizes are 35. There are 35 work order records are there, right? There are 35 work order records, like different status. Status is being shown, subject, priority,